Hacks Podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Dead. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hacks Podcast.
Top of the morning to you, my good people. Happy Wednesday. It's a hump day Wednesday, man. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. It's your host with the most, Tony Mays, Lavelle Salter. Look, man, we got a doozy for you today, man. Another good one. And hopefully, man, look, this thing I got to share with y'all is actually it's hilarious, but at the same time, man, it just shows you what people would do, man. So and I wish I had a clip of it, but I don't have a clip of it, so I can't really play a clip of it since I don't have a clip of it. But it is it's a funny movie, man, that I want you guys to when you get an opportunity to take a look at. There you go. There go my brother from another mother.
Good morning.
How you doing, my guy?
I celebrated a little heavy last night.
Man, we got some new stuff today, man. So check this out. I want to do a little housekeeping.
Okay.
The QR code that's on the screen, y'all, for y'all to log in. You cannot scan the QR code if you are viewing this with your phone. So if you on your phone watching this show, you cannot scan the QR code. You need to be on your computer watching the show or your tablet or something to scan the QR code to come on as a guest. That's I want to get that, first of all, I'll make that very, very clear.
Right.
Because Monica said last night, she's like, am I just missing something? Am I crazy? How can I scan the QR code on the phone? I said, baby, you can't. I said, let me go on, because somebody else might be thinking the same thing. There's no such thing as a dumb question, so
it's not.
You would definitely. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting up the link too.
Okay.
For the guests, because a lot of people are on their phones, and if you want to be a guest, you can actually just click onto the link, scan, and then you might have to log off Facebook and then log in, but you at least you have the link. Another thing is we actually have another way too now. So I know a lot of y'all be like, I don't want to be putting on no clothes because if you laying around like that, right? So you can actually call in now. You can call in 901-438-3520. And when you call in, we'll just talk to you. And then, you start talking crazy, we just hang up on
you. That's fair.
Yeah. So you can actually start calling in, with your comment. If you got a comment, you be like, man, we gotta get on there, man. You can call in at 901-438-3520. 901-438-3520. You can call in and give your little comment and hop off. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's good. I love that.
Yeah. The 2 Men and Hat podcast, man. We're growing and by leaps and bounds.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, my question this morning is,
I got a shout out.
Okay, go ahead.
Got a shout out this morning.
Come on, shout us out, bro. We don't shout out. Whoever you
shout out to myself, man. I've been doing this thing 20 years today, Doc.
Woohoo! You supposed to hit yourself with the claps and the.
Yeah, I was trying to get the moon kind of slow this morning.
Yeah, come on, dog.
I celebrated, a little bit too hard, Yeah.
Man, shout out to DJ One Love, 20-year anniversary, man. Been DJing 20 years, been voted the best wedding DJ. Man, I don't know, 33 times.
He's so stupid.
So look, man, and he got another wedding coming up, man. He's gonna DJ Clarence and Cheryl's wedding in Memphis. They coming to Memphis to get married in Memphis in March. Well, this March, but in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
I got 2
Good
weddings.
morning, Mayor Mac. Yeah. So he gonna get a chance to showcase. I hope he don't get in one of them battles with Clarence, but yeah.
No, I'm not gonna mess with Clarence. We're gonna celebrate, dog. I ain't got time for that.
No, okay.
I'm gonna have some fun, but I still gotta remain professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He gonna remain professional, y'all.
I just be talking crazy.
Yeah, shout out, man. Shout out to DJ One Love, man, doing this thing.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good shout out, bro.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, know, sometimes we got to do like David did, man. We got to encourage our own self in the Lord.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Bohoko. Hey. Yeah. Yes, sir. We gotta celebrate ourselves sometime.
Mm-hmm.
How far are you willing to go for family? How far are you willing to go for family? Now, just like all our other topics, this could go a whole lot of ways. Lot of ways. Right?
Me and Don was just having this conversation the other day.
This could go a lot of ways. So, and I'm gonna let it. When I say how far are you willing to go for your family, I mean like whatever floats your boat, you know. I'm gonna share this with y'all real quick before I talk about that. And before I can share, I gotta clean my glass out. I got this spot on my glasses. I think it's a scratch, and it be making me feel like I'm cross-eyed. But man, what I discovered is people are willing to go to significant lengths for their family.
Mm-hmm.
They often prioritize close proximity, caretaking, and emotional connection, even when faced with modern pressures to relocate for work or lifestyle. But I got some data this morning, and we're gonna share some of this data, man. And then I'm gonna share this movie that we saw, and we'll talk about some other stuff, man. That people would go through great lengths, bro, for their family. Mm-hmm. I mean, great lengths. So data indicates that for many, family is a primary reason to stay in their hometown, with many willing to make sacrifices to maintain those bonds. And I'm talking about people that had opportunities for jobs to move out of the state, even out of the country. And they was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Because even when you think about Monica and I wanted to, move out of the country, we're still, even though we want to move out of the country, we're still looking at places that's close in proximity, because we don't want to, of course, Ghana is my favorite, is the top, but Ghana is 25 hours away. Mm-hmm. And with my mother being older, that's family, my mother and my father being older, I don't want something to happen maybe to them, and then we have that long trip back home. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at somewhere maybe 6-7 hours away where we can still get back, in a decent time. So people are willing to go to great lengths. So people will forego relocation or the work or lifestyle to kind of maintain those bonds and stay in their hometown around their family. Here's how far people are willing to go for their family based on some recent data. And this is talking about one is physical proximity and living arrangements. The average distance, the typical American lives only 18 miles from their mother. The typical American only lives 18 miles from their mother. Close connections, over half, 55% of U.S. adults live within an hour drive of at least some extended family. Man, I grew up in a neighborhood And we just talking about, this is just one element of how far you're willing to go. We grew up literally right around the corner from my grandmama. My grandmama was around the corner. My aunt was down the street from her. My other aunt was, two of my aunts was 2 streets over. And then another aunt was down the street. Like, we all was in close proximity. That's why me and my cousins, we all grew up together because we would meet up every day at grandmama and them house. And then we go out and do our little football in the neighborhood, whatever. Our I call them terror stuff we used to do, go and terrorize everybody else in the neighborhood. But average distance, well, the close connections, over 55% of U.S. adults live within an hour's drive of at least some extended family member. General support, nearly half. Check this out, nearly half, 47% of U.S. grandchildren live within 10 miles of the grandparent. I know Monica, she ain't. Our 2 grandchildren don't stay that close. Co-living. In 2023, roughly 21.7% of young adults aged 25 to 29 were living in their parents' home. And moving back. Some individuals move back to their hometown specifically to care for aging parents or to have support with their own children. They'll move back. It's like, I got the kids. I just had a couple of kids, and I don't have no support where I live. At least if I move back, my mom, my aunt, my sister, them, I have some help with the kids. Or, my mom and dad getting old, I'm move back in with them and care for them, whatever situation is. And so that's just one element of how far you're willing to go for your family. So before I talk about some of these other things, there is a movie. And for those who missed it, the QR code that's on the screen is for you to scan in to be a guest. But it's going to be hard for you to scan in and be a guest with that QR code if you own your phone. So you actually have to be viewing us on your computer or your tablet or something in order to use your phone to scan the QR code. So I just want to make that clear. And then we're going to put up a link. Lavelle, find that link and put that link up where you can click on the link and then, go through that process to be a guest. Or now you can...
What's the telephone number? Do the telephone number first.
The telephone number, if you want to call in to be a guest, the telephone number is 901-438-3520. You can actually call in. I know, like Miss Gwen, sometimes she don't want to be putting on all the clothes and all that stuff to get on camera. Well, you don't have to, you don't have to be on camera. Just call in. Yeah, we getting a little high tech on y'all.
438-3520. 3520.
Yeah, so you can call in, and be a guest, and and if you get talking crazy, we just gonna hang the phone up on you. Click. All right. The name of the movie that Monica and I watched the other day, and I did not understand, like this family was going, when I tell you they went to the extreme, they were going to the extreme. All right, we got our first guest calling in. Let's see. Wow. Good morning. Welcome to the Two Men in Hats podcast.
Good morning.
My God.
I just wanted to do a test to see if it worked and tell Lavelle congratulations on his 20 years.
Thank you, Monica. We love you so much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. She's so silly.
It works. Oh my God. Yeah, we getting high tech on y'all. Yeah, y'all quit playing with us. Ms. Gwen said that's because sometimes I multitask also in addition to taking care of my retirement, not taking off my retirement uniform. We're gonna have a special guest this Friday, and I'll talk about that probably tomorrow. A young lady reached out to me who anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow. The name of the movie it's on Netflix. It's called Bad Shabbos. SHABBOS. Bad Shabbos. It's across the top of the screen, Mel. It's going across the top of the screen. And so let me tell you what Shabbos means. Shabbos or Shabbat is a Jewish day of rest, occurring weekly from Friday sundown to Saturday nightfall, commemorating God's rest after creating the world. It is a holy celebratory time to pause from creative work, focusing on family, prayer, and rest. Key prohibitions include driving, using electronics, and shopping. All right. So the movie is called Bad Shoppers. And the sister was dating this crazy guy. Dude was a little weird, right? He would always pick on her younger brother, just doing stuff. He having an affair at work, all kinds of stuff. So the sister was planning on breaking up with the dude, right? But anyway, they was having this dinner because her other brother was getting ready to get married to this girl who wasn't a Jewish girl, but she had been taking some classes to become, because she was going to transform from whatever her religion was over to the Jewish religion. So she had been taking classes and stuff. And the mama didn't really care for her at all. But anyway, so the boyfriend, he came in with the girlfriend. The older brother came in with the girlfriend. The mama did that thing. She tried to help in the kitchen. She was, nah, I got it, whatever. So then the sister came with the boyfriend they don't like, that she said she gonna break up with. He being a D-hole from the start. So he finally come in. The younger brother already knew, like, he gonna start with me. So the younger brother then went and got some stuff, some pills, and crushed it up and slipped it into something he was drinking. It's supposed to be X-Lax, so he gonna make him crap. But the dude got a condition. He can't have no kind of, milk product, dairy product, whatever the condition was, he couldn't have. I mean, it'll send him into like a shock and, whatever. So the brother didn't know it, though. He just trying to get even with him before he gets started with him. So anywho, he slips the stuff to dude. The dude's stomach started going up. He runs to the bathroom. He in the bathroom trying to get his pants down because he got to go. And of course, the stuff hit his system, and he slipped and fell and hit his head on the corner of the sink and died. So he was in the bathroom a long time. So the little brother came knocking on the door. You all right in there? He pushed the door up and saw the boy was dead. He's like, oh shit. So he went and got his brother. The brother freaked out. Finna call now. You can't call now. Well, I'm gonna go to jail. They'll do to me in jail. I can't, Man, I'm talking about they running around looking crazy. Be a mud crack outside. So then they go get the sister whose boyfriend it was. They go in the bathroom. The sister started screaming. They were like, shh, shh, shh. She was like, man, you going to jail. And the brother, they were like, wait a minute. We got to come up with a plan. It went on and on, man, to the daddy got involved. The daddy went in the room with the prayer. The mama got involved. Everybody trying to cover it up. Now, all the time, the new daughter-in-law who's supposed to be, her parents supposed to be coming over them.
What's the title of the movie again?
Bad Shoppers.
I used to be there. Bad. What now? What are you saying?
Bad Shoppers. SHABBOS.
Okay, there you go.
And everybody in there, instead of calling 911, everybody trying to figure out how to cover this up so the little brother wouldn't go to jail. It was clearly an accident. Even though he put the stuff in the boy's system, I mean, the man fell in the bathroom trying to get his pants out, use the bathroom, hit his head, died. That's unfortunate. So Method Man is in the video. Method Man is the doorman for the building they live in. Method Man loved the dad. I'm talking, they be chopping up because he loved to talk about the Jewish stuff. They chopping it up. They got their own little handshake and stuff. So the brother runs downstairs to get Method Man. He said, man, I really need some help. I need for you to wipe to erase all of the video footage of them coming in and out. Yeah, them coming in and out of the front lobby. And he said, you need me to erase tonight's tape. He said, I got a problem with that. He said, first of all, that's gonna look really fishy if I just erase just tonight's tape. He said, why don't I just wipe the whole drive clean? He said, you'll do that? He said, yeah, man, y'all like my family. He said, but you gotta tell me what's going on. So he take him upstairs. They go in the bathroom. He showed the dude. He looked, he said, hell no, you ain't tell me nothing about no murder, about dead. Anyway, this whole family, the doorman, even they even got the girlfriend that was who daddy and mama was coming over, got her involved. They all trying to cover this up, bro. And so me and Monkey started thinking about it. We was like, man, people would go through some crazy links for their family members. So that's how the title came up. How far are you willing to go for your family? So I'm adding a little text to it now. Even though I talked about all these other things, financial and living close and caregiving and all that stuff. And so that's what prompted me to ask the question today. How far are you willing to go? Would you cover up an accidental murder for your family?
Nah. Wow.
What is Mel said? 5'3", 36, 30.
She couldn't see at the time. She had her glasses off.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That number right there. I don't know who number is that. Yeah, it's when I tell you yeah, and that's exactly what it was, an accidental smelly death, because he actually, I guess, did it on himself in the process of trying to get his pants down and hit his head, and I guess it came on out.
I sure was intending to watch that too.
Yeah. I probably would have never watched it, but Monica watched it and she had told you gotta watch it. It's hilarious. And so we like a good fun movie. So how far are you really willing to go for your family? Here are some other things that happens in families. And y'all could jump in at any time, cause it's you know, I guess you can never really say never what you wouldn't do, but I do know I ain't trying to really cover up no murder or no death. I'm gonna have to call the people that is gonna have to play out, because that's right there, because you can make the situation work. Like they could have made that situation way worse. And when you look at it, they could have made that way, because clearly he hit his head on the sink bed. You could say he hit his head. He was in the bathroom trying to use the bathroom, couldn't get his pants down, felt, They could have easily just called 911 and said, hey, the guy trying to get his pants down, fell, hit his head, boom, But that whole, I'm talking about the whole family, even the girlfriend. And the crazy part is, I gotta share this with y'all. So the parents of the girl, the family showed up and they run around, they acting crazy. They threw the whole meal on the floor, said the cat knocked it, because they trying to get them out of the building so they can get rid of the body. Met the man hiding in one of the bedrooms. He see a cardigan sweater laying over there, like it's been from the cleaners and all that stuff. And so the mom and dad start asking, I thought we was gonna meet your boyfriend. Asking the sister, I thought we were gonna meet your boyfriend, Benjamin, or whatever his name is. And they was like, well, Benjamin. All of a sudden, the man pops out the back. Hey, family. Oh, I'm Benjamin. Hey, sweetie. And they looking like, oh, he's black. Okay, black Jewish guy, okay. So he sits down and starts chopping it up with the dad and talking about, because he know all the Jewish stuff, because he been chopping it up with dad, right? So he was talking about it. And the mom and dad are looking like, yeah, okay. So they finally got the mom and dad, and they just did so much crazy stuff to them, got them to leave. They were just appalled. They left. So the doorman that was supposed to relieve Method Man came. He came, and when he showed up, he bad being like, he's strictly by the books, everything. So now they couldn't get the body out the bed. They trying to figure it out. So they had the garbage thing on the outside. So what Method Man did was picked the man's body up and dropped it over the back, trying to drop it into the garbage thing so they could roll it away, and missed it. And he splattered on the ground right in front of these two Jewish dudes walking down the street.
It almost sound like Weekend and Bernie.
It's just so crazy, man. So the police came. Method Man found an old typewriter on the bed, so he done typed a note and put it in the dude's pocket. I guess just in case it went awry, and put it in the dude's pocket. And the police said, so the police got there, and the police came up and said, well, it's unfortunate. Here's a letter that he wrote like it was like a suicide letter. He just couldn't take the pressure. He jumped off the balcony. So they done got out of. So a few months later, they walking down the street. They see the they went to the dude family. They had a funeral for the family. For the dude that died, supposedly jumped off the back. They went to his funeral and they all tripping like, oh, okay, let's hurry up, get out of here. So they come out, they see the girlfriend, dad, and mama.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said, you know what? It's funny. We don't recall a lot of stuff about that night. But one thing we do recall is that Benjamin we met was not a Caucasian guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mama and daddy looked at them and said, we want them, because I guess they was fighting over who was going to have the couple on different holidays. We want them on Christmas, Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. And the mom was like, not on, no, that's the Sabbath. She said, you decide, you'll be all right. And so even the girlfriend, mom and daddy covered up the murder.
Mm-hmm.
Was willing to cover up the murders just so they could have them for holidays. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. So how far are you willing to go? I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't think I could cover up no death or murder. Now I'm willing to maybe move closer, maybe, or like from a caregiving perspective. If I gotta move back to care for mom or whatever, I might be willing to go like that. Like y'all did. Y'all doing with Dunn Mom. Y'all moved Dunn Mama in with y'all. That's a link that y'all was willing to go to his family to get mom in the house. Matter of fact, I remember you saying, man, that wasn't even negotiable.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't making any sense because we were still going our way down the Westwood, paying bills and going to do this, cooking this. I mean, and I was the one that came up with the thought process. I'm like, we getting up, in the morning time, in the evening time, done get out of work instead of her coming home. She going way back. I see, what, this ain't making no sense. Please spare me. And
wow.
And then ironically, my daddy, they ended up moving around the corner. They moved a little further away. Now they were, they ain't that far in Olive Branch. My uncle stayed on the opposite side of us. My auntie stayed on the opposite side of us. My other auntie was living out here, but we right here all by my family. But it just kind of happened like that.
So it was really a no-brainer for y'all because hell, the money that y'all was spending out, they're paying bills and stuff, and it wasn't really worth it.
Yeah, and then.
So did y'all was able to sell the house and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And just, I mean, if you look at what's going on with her now, I mean, just think if that would have happened if she was still living by herself.
But you're right. Yeah, so, that probably been a little crazy right there.
Mm-hmm.
That might not have came out that good. Yeah.
Because now she got the thing where she want to get up and walk out the house.
Yeah. And that would have been real crazy if just over there. I mean, because we see it all the time where elderly people get confused, discombobulated. They walk out the house, then they don't remember where they stay. They just walking down the street and then somebody find them, and so that has happened a lot. I know when my daddy was first diagnosed, we saw some stuff going on. We saw some signs, but he was still functioning, still doing stuff. And then he had an accident where he just went through a stop sign, like the stop sign wasn't even there, hit a car and totaled his truck out and all that. And we was like, me and my sister I looked at each other and like, okay, this right here gotta stop, right? Mm-hmm. And then so we went to his house and he was laying up and like, if you go by there, he's laying watching TV because he was like to watch like the cowboy westerns and stuff, or like the kung fu movies. But he was laying up in the bed, and I was like, "Hey man, how you doing? You good?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good." Because we had keys to go in and out. You good? Yeah, I'm good. And then I was like, oh, "Okay," but he just didn't say, because my dad would come over our house every day. Like every day, like clockwork. He come because he loved my dog. He come see my dogs. He come in, he had his own key, come in the back door, come in and see. But he would come in and see the dogs and then not even speak to us, be gone because he loved them dogs.
Mhm.
And so he didn't come for. I was like, man, he ain't been over here in a couple of weeks. And so that's why it made me go by there. And he was just laying in bed, watching TV. I was like, you good? He was like, yeah. And then so I went back because I was talking to him on the phone, and he was just kind of being repetitive. Did he say something? I was like, man, you already asked me that. So let me go back. Then my sister went over there, and then he was in this every time we came, he was in the same spot.
Mhm.
You know, still watching TV, but now his beard kind of growing out. He always kept a clean face, right? His beard
Mhm.
growing out is a little fuzzy, and I'm looking, I'm like, you okay? He said, why y'all keep asking me, am I okay? You know, I'm okay. I said, Daddy, you don't seem okay. I said, you been going, I'm just, maybe I want to grow out a beard. I was like, that's not you though. You know, that you ain't did that in 50, 40 years. I bet, you know.
Mhm.
And so I'm looking at him, and then about a week, man, probably 5-6 days into it, we came by there. Man, he was so weak he couldn't even get out the bed, bro. Like he was just he like his voice, he couldn't even how to talk. He was so weak, and he was literally forgetting.
He was
Forgetting to eat.
Yeah.
Forgetting to eat. And we didn't know that a person could do such thing because your body will tell you you're hungry.
Yeah.
But that was a disconnect between his brain and his body.
Mhm.
And he was literally, and so we was like, we taking you to the doctor tomorrow. We coming over here first thing. So when we got there, Cheryl made it a couple of minutes before me, and she found him in the kitchen floor. And she called 911 and the ambulance came. Fire department came. And when they came, they were checking all his vitals. They was like, man, this man vitals better than ours. His vitals and stuff good. So they checked all his vitals and stuff, said, good, we don't see nothing wrong with him. Other than he just ain't been eating. He just weak from not eating. And they ran all the same tests and stuff at the hospital. The doctor came and said the same thing. Like we didn't find nothing. He just was forgetting to eat. And so that's when, at that point, the doctor said, I don't recommend he live on his own.
Mhm.
And so we had to make a hard decision then. But, you know, that's a tough thing, man. And then at that point, you know, neither one of us could afford to stay home and be a caregiver for him.
Mhm.
You know, because we both were working. So that was tough. Neither one of us really had the space for him to move in, you know, so that was tough, you know, so it was tough. We had to make some hard choices, man, these hard decisions. And luckily, my mama made it a little easier for us at that time, you know. So people are willing to go to great lengths, man. Miss Gwen said, I am 10 minutes from my son and brother, so I help with picking up the children. And see, that's what we do. And taking them to practices. I'm also my dad's caregiver. Though he is in a residential care, I manage all of his affairs, shop, make healthcare decisions, and take him to all his doctor's appointments. I'm his power of attorney. Yeah. So here are some other sacrifices for family. Career compromises. While 32% of people move for work, many others choose to stay in or return to specific locations to be near family. Caregiving, up to 33% of women older than 45 are caring for both their children and aging parents. Wow. Financial and time investment. Families frequently sacrifice, such as using limited vacation time and funds for travel to visit relatives. Long distance efforts. We got a call in.
Let's see what we got. Welcome to
the Two Man in Hats podcast. Hello.
I guess I'm gonna do too.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, I'm like, what's going on?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, guess who this is?
We know this Mayor Mac.
Sound like Mayor of the Mac.
Mayor to the Mac.
This is Mayor Mac.
I've had to, y'all pray for me.
Okay.
It's a lot. My son is with a young lady, and they're having a baby together. My first grandbaby, they had a baby shower Saturday in Collierville. It's just a lot, y'all. So they got into it the other day. I'm up at 3 a.m. trying to digress and inflate stuff. So when you say how far would you go? Y'all know I got to get up for work. I'm trying to make sure she don't go to jail because she's pregnant, right? So
Mhm.
if they get the fighting, guess who's going to jail if they get the fight?
Oh, he going to jail. He to put his hand on a pregnant woman. He going to jail.
No, she scratched him in his face.
Man, them folk ain't gonna care nothing about it.
They don't. When it comes to stuff like that, the domestic violence, 9 times out of 10, the male gonna always be the one to go down.
They ain't
That's
gonna,
what I'm
or they
telling
gonna
y'all.
at least make him leave the situation. You know.
Yeah, either they're going to take
Yeah.
somebody in court.
Yeah.
That's
Unfortunately,
what
just
I'm
the way it is.
saying.
Yeah.
It's just a lot, y'all.
Well, we
So
would
a lot of
definitely keep
times
you
if
in
I-
our prayers.
Thank y'all, but congratulate me on my first Jeep, baby. She in labor now.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, let us keep us
Yeah.
informed on what you have, so we can send a shout out. We can
girl.
celebrate it.
Thank you.
They having
Don't
a
make
girl.
me cry.
Yeah.
They already have a name. What name? What name do they have, Mel?
Kaya.
Okay.
Mack.
Okay, then Kaya Mike.
Yeah.
Kaya Mack.
Kaya Mack.
All right, then. Well, congratulations on your first grandbaby. We know how that is.
But they need to get along.
Sometimes people just ain't.
Stop fighting.
Man, we didn't talked about that, man. Sometimes people just ain't meant to be together like that, man. And then you
I
go,
know,
and
you
then you
just
go
gonna
and
have
bring
to-
these babies into the equation, and that's something different.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's more baby showers than weddings going on.
My God.
Crazy work. Yeah.
Well, thank you
now
for
I'm telling my business.
right. Thank you for calling in, Mel Mac. We appreciate you on the 2 Men and a Half
All right, love y'all.
podcast.
Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Love you too.
Man. Boy, we are. You know, you got to get up and go to work early, and these folk over here clowning, and you got to get over here and make sure somebody ain't going to jail. Yeah, that's tough. What's up, Rodney? That's tough.
Yeah.
Let me call because I think Miss Gwen had a oh, here she go. Thank you for calling the 2 Men and a Half podcast.
Hello, this is Gwen.
Hey, Miss Gwen.
Hey. So I just decided to call in. I'm like, Monica, I want to just make sure it worked. And I locked in the 2 Minute podcast in my contacts. So I'll be calling when I can't jump on. But I just wanted to piggyback off what I put in there about being my dad's caregiver. We take on so much as family members sometimes. I did not imagine when I retired 6 years ago that was going to be my retired life. It has become a major part of my retirement responsibilities by choice to do that for him. Even though there are 9 of us in the city, I'm the one that carries that load. But I just wanted to piggyback on one little piece in there when I said about he's in a residential care home. Sometimes we can guilt trip ourselves, or others can guilt trip us into thinking we're not doing enough for family members. And I just need others to know it's okay. Like you said, Lavelle, it made more sense to do that. And we even though we willingly step into those roles, just be honest with ourselves about what we can and can't do and willing to do, and just do the best we can for our family without sacrificing all of yourself to do that.
But so let me ask you this, Ms. Gwen, because a lot of times we don't know when to separate that you know what I mean? And so we would go until we just burnt out, until we lose it, and then we shooting off on everybody else because we don't know how to control that situation. So how do you because I know you've been probably doing this, helping with your dad, and like you said, you're helping, your brother and everybody picking up kids and doing all this stuff. How do you maintain like that balance?
It's really difficult because I'm the oldest of my mom's children, so I've always been the go-to on mama's side of the family. That extends to nieces, nephews, everyone. I'm the quote unquote matriarch of the family now. So when there's crisis, it always comes to my doorstep. And I've just always been one that always put myself last in most things in life. And so I guess that I kind of just flowed into that, even in my older age as well. I just do. And I just say it's nothing but the grace of God that gives me the strength to handle some of the stuff that I have to go with. I've gotten better at stepping back and considering my needs and just like you said, taking a day of rest or saying I'm just not gonna go to this function because like I try to go to everything. I try to go support everybody if they got any kind of events or something going on. And I'm kind of getting to that point that I just step back now and say, I want to be there, but I need to rest. And so you just
Okay.
I haven't mastered it yet, but I'm moving closer to doing better, taking care of myself a little bit more.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling into the 2 Men Ahead podcast show, man. We appreciate you, Miss Gwen.
Thank you. I'm all a daily listener now. This is my one and only consistent podcast that I am on.
Well, hallelujah, somebody.
So, and it's because it's such a blessing.
Yeah.
It started out because it was people I know that was doing it, but it's because it really has blessed me and it really gives me food for thought every day. So I appreciate you all being willing to share your insights and the opportunity for us to expand on it.
Well, thank you, and we appreciate that. Hercules. Talk to you later. Bye. Man, I'm loving this new feature, bro.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah,
I think we had talked about it once before. We just never did do it.
Well, actually, so it's a new feature of this board, the new board I got.
Yeah, I got it on my podcast. I mean, on my interface.
Do you have mine came with a little thing. It's a little thing that plugs into the board that connects to your phone.
It didn't come with mine,
It
but
connects to your phone through Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I had to buy it. I mean, I had to buy it. The little extra piece was $60, but I mean, clearly it's worth it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm glad you brought it in. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, that's and I'm just basically using my business line for something other than all these spam calls. So now I can write off that line. I already write it off anyway.
Yeah.
All right, man. This has been cool. So how far are you willing to go for your family?
I know for one thing, bro, like, when everything started, occurring with my dad, like you said, you had to have that guilt trip. And my uncle had called me. He's like, Lavelle, listen, I know that's your daddy. You love your daddy. He said, but you still have a life. You still have a wife. You have children. You have a business to operate. And he said, do what you can while you can. And to some, this sounds easy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went through my thing, 30-some years ago, man, my dad had literally took off work for almost a year and a half, 2 years, to be there with me. I don't even know how he did it. I don't know how we, I didn't ask no questions because I just didn't know. I mean, he was literally there, in my every beckon and call, and so I'm like, I owed it back to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but he seemed to be in a better headspace. But
it's still a lot.
Yeah, it's still a lot.
Yeah. Let's check in with Clarence, man. I know he working late today. Let me check. He might not even be up. He might hit us with the hello. Let's see. He might cuss us out. We had to be prepared for that.
I actually called him. He didn't call me back. Is he working 2 jobs now, ain't he?
Nah, he is working one. Yeah, that joke. He ain't gotta be at work late too. He sleep. All right. So, look, man. It's people that will go through some links, man. I'm telling you, for their family. So when you talk about emotional and social boundaries, the Goldilocks distance, while many live close, 57% of people believe there should be at least some driving distance, 15 to 45 minutes between them and their parents, in-laws, to maintain independence. Some people still feel like that. Like I still got to maintain my independence. I don't want to be so close. My daughter lives probably within 4 or 5 minutes of us. Now Tony a good little piece, but I think that's because they just wanted to be in a decent neighborhood. Which I mean, not to say that it wasn't no decent neighborhoods closer, but they just chose the area they chose. But then you have to set some limits. Many people set boundaries to protect their own mental health, acknowledging that sometimes living too close can be detrimental in relationships. If relationships are toxic, even listening to Mel Mack this morning talk about the toxicity in her sons and girlfriend's relationship, and you got to understand, and that can't be healthy for a pregnant woman as well. You know what I mean? Them fighting and arguing and all that stuff, but we sometimes we have to sit back and take a look, man, and say, before we start trying to have wait, okay, that's a story for a whole nother day. But we have to kind of look at that, man, and if it's not working, if it's because you got to protect your own mental health, bro.
Yeah.
You got to protect your own mental health. And a lot of people,
a lot of time what happens is people don't understand growing up is inevitable, but being mature is a choice. And sometimes you got to mature and put all that bullshit to the side and stop playing with yourself and take care of your business.
Yep.
And it's probably some sort of thing going on as far as he may be still trying to do what he do. I mean, I'm just kind of looking into it. Why y'all like that? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to take the low road. Somebody got to step up to the game.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Let's clock this tea with our girl Queen Watkins, man.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what time it is.
She got her African attire.
It's time to clock that tea with your girl Queen Watkins. I hope y'all are having a but y'all know what time it is. Time to clock that tea. I do want to give you a warning that today's tea can definitely make your skin crawl to know that we have some delinquent boys out here to do something so disgusting. Let's talk about it. So there's 3 delinquent young African American men, boys, delinquents that are being charged with essaying a 12-year-old. And the ages of these boys is 12, 14, and 15 years old. This baby was walking home and they were in like this community, and the boys decided to pull her in to one of the apartments. I don't know if it was one of theirs or what, and threw her on the couch and raped her. Yeah, the oldest boy was the one that was doing it first. Like he was taking her stuff off, and she was asking him, begging him, please don't do that. And he continued. So, of course, she probably trying to get away. She's screaming things of that nature. And one of the little boys put rocks in her mouth so she can be quiet. One of the other little boys put rocks in her mouth. And then the 15-year-old had the nerve to ask them, do y'all want to turn on her? Do y'all want to turn? Y'all, this lasted for 30 minutes until they heard her daddy going around screaming and hollering, looking for her, yelling her name. That's what stopped them from raping her. Let me say that. That's so sad. That's so devastating to know, like, all this baby was doing was coming home. It's bad enough we got to worry about strangers and older people, right? Kidnapping kids and doing stuff like that. Now we got to worry about kids doing it for kids. This baby gonna be scarred. Is scarred. This baby's in middle school. So the judge and everybody else want these kids to be charged as adults, as they should be. Y'all want to do adult stuff, y'all need to be charged as adults. All 3 of you. Because all y'all had something to do with it. Y'all held that girl down. That boy came over there and told y'all to hold that girl down. Y'all held her down while he was doing whatever to her. 12 now. 12 years old. Just remind, I'm just Just reminding y'all about the age. But they definitely said they're removing them. The judge said they're removing them from a juvenile to an adult jail, and they will be charged with rape, SA, if I'm not mistaken, kidnapping. I think they said a part of it too. I don't know. They need to lock them up. Lock them up and lock the key up too. Because why would you do that? And 3 of y'all, one is enough. One can run you crazy probably. But 3 of y'all back to back on a 12-year-old girl. Hell, adults can't even take back to back. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But you know, them. That's sad. That's so sad, but the story is definitely going viral. And I definitely pray for the little girl for what she had to encounter. Because I don't know how I feel. I can't say I've ever been in those shoes. But I can only imagine how that baby feel, having 3 men ran up in her like that. Rocks in her mouth, holding her down. She can't scream. She helpless. It's 3 boys. All right, y'all, that's all the tea that I have today. Make sure y'all tune in to 2 Minutes Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. sharp. And don't forget to stay tuned for your girl, Queen Watkins. Clock that tea. Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all please be safe. Keep the kids safe. Pray over these kids every single day. Because there is so much going on. From the left, right, anywhere. There's so much going on. Just be watchful. Because you never know. All right, y'all. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Yeah, bro. I saw that story, bro. And it wasn't. I mean, it was all of it to me, but I think the part that took it over the top, even with the judge, was putting the rocks in the girl mouth.
Yeah, bro.
And I mean, you want to do adult stuff, I think you should be tried as an adult. And I mean, you know, I don't know what it is, man, but what's wrong with these kids, bro? I mean, we do know it's a lot of trauma going on.
Yeah, ironically, bro, I was on Facebook Monday, and I was getting to actually lay down and go to sleep. And you know how you just before you lay down, you pick up the phone, look back on Facebook or whatever. And so it said Memphis legend CJ, I think it is, something like that, how he got his name. So there was the young man that survived the Lester Street Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know where the little guys were. I think I told y'all guys when I was going to Ford, my children were going to Ford Road Elementary, they was going there. And only certain individuals could deal with them. So I had the opportunity to actually like have mentoring sessions with him. And I was like, because I didn't know what had happened to him because they moved him to another school or whatever. And man, he's doing well. And ironically, the daughter that could have been in that situation as well, she's on Facebook, and she was just so happened it was her birthday that all this stuff happened. And she went live and gave her whole story of that whole crazy incident with the uncle killing her dad and all that type of stuff. It was very interesting. And I just, applaud her for being transparent, sharing her story. I don't know if she went back live because her phone had died, but
right.
one of the daddy other brothers was actually raping her while all that was going on. So these children be going through a lot, bro.
Yeah. Miss Gwen said my daughter lives 4 hours away for over a year. She came home every 2 weeks for me to adjust to her being away from living so close to me. Wow. She said absolutely, as a parent, they probably wouldn't have made it to the jail if I could have got my hands on them. Wow. Terrible, the trauma she would have to live with. Yeah, that's man, that girl finna be going through some stuff, man. That girl gotta get some counseling for a long time.
Yeah, and then you would think that a lot of individuals go through that silently where they can't tell their people, and it has happened to them. So you just think that she was able to get away.
Yeah. Because what if she had choked on one of the rocks?
Man, look.
And died. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Putting the rocks in the mouth, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So they put the rocks in the mouth and covered them. That's crazy. Anyway, 3rd annual Zelly Fame, man, Whitehaven Easter egg hunt for the children, man. Gonna be at Blue Cross David Carnes Park, Whitehaven Lane. Brought to you by GK Price Entertainment, GK Price Foundation. And so we're with them to make sure that we can bring, these eggs, man. So I know Lavelle threw it out there yesterday that they already sell the eggs already packed. I think he said Amazon had a 100 pack, so you can buy a couple of those. But what we want to do, because last year I think we had enough, but there was some kids that showed up late that didn't really get. So we had and if y'all had been out there, it was amazing to see. But sometimes these parents they let their kids go too far. So don't let your kids go too far. But we want to make sure we got enough, more than enough. Where some kids, because some kids' parents are just not timely.
Yeah.
If the kids show up late, we want to still be able to have some eggs and stuff to give them. If they don't show up during the time when we actually start hiding the eggs, we hid a lot of them just a lot of them out there, and we might have to even open up the circumference of the area that we did, because man, it was crazy, because it was kids that was just happened to be at the park with their parents walking through the park, and like, oh, they doing the Easter egg hunt, came over, and we welcomed everybody, so yeah. So we're looking forward to that again this year, man. And if you don't want to get the eggs yourself, you can send it to our cash app at $2Million2024. And we get them we'll order them and get them out there. I think I'm gonna do like Lavelle this year. I'm gonna get mine already packed with candy, so I don't have to stuff them eggs. Yeah.
But I think the main ones that I get, they get toys and they don't have any candy. They may have some with candy. I'm not sure. I didn't search for that.
Yeah, well, if I did something with toys, I'm gonna have to stuff some with some candy, because they be looking for that. Phyllis said, believe it or not, the boys' families are protecting them. What? Hopefully, while being locked up, the boys will receive the mental help that they need. Probably not. And it might have been that older kid just pushing them two younger kids to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you can hang around. It could be a clear case of you hanging with the wrong people, hanging around the wrong people. And then, like Ms. Gwen said, that little girl ain't gonna be able to trust nobody. It's gonna be a long time before she can trust people.
Now you're gonna have me looking for the story, because I didn't see it. I want to see.
Yeah. I think I sent it to you and Queen. That's probably how she got it. I think I sent it to y'all.
Okay.
Yeah. They do way too much. They came with garbage bags. Oh yeah.
Talking about the Easter egg.
Yeah. They did come with garbage bags out to the park. I think that was crazy. So I told Greg that we probably need to order like some smaller bags, to hand to them to use instead of, because they were using garbage bags and they was filling them jokers up. That was kind of crazy. I need to look and see if they got them, and maybe that's something we'll send out there too, so they'll have
they probably got some kind of Easter bags or something that you can have.
That won't be like garbage bags, because that garbage bag, that I think that was kind of that kind of took us a lot of us over the top. We was like, is they out here with garbage bags?
They going grocery shopping.
So thank y'all for tuning in again, man. I think it's been another good show, man. How far are you willing to go for your family? Make sure you check out that movie, Bash Your Boss. And hopefully you got something out of this today, man. That makes you really think about, man, how far are you really willing to go for your family, man? How far are you willing to go? Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for testing, being test subjects for our phone line, call in phone line. Thank you for being test subjects for that. She said Amazon has bags with handles. Yeah, so we might have to go on Temu, like Monica said, Temu, Amazon, and check and maybe get some bags as well. So all right. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Lavelle, appreciate you, brother, as always, man. Shout out to DJ One Love celebrating 20 years, man. Did the picture go away?
Yeah, I took it down.
20 years, celebrating 20 years, man, of his 20-year anniversary of DJing, man. Shout out again to DJ One Love, man, for doing this thing, man. Come on, close this out, bro, with a prayer.
Well, God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this time. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for waking us up this morning and giving us a reasonable portion of health and strength, giving us the activity of our limbs. Lord God, we thank you for our family and our loved ones. We ask you to continue to touch Tony family, my family, Queen family, and everybody associated. Anybody that's going through any kind of bereavement or grief, touch their minds and their spirits to, build them up to keep on going. And we actually do all these things in our son Jesus' name. And we said amen.
Amen, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same bad time.
Same bad place.
2 Men in Hats. Let's talk about it.
It's the 2 Men in Hats podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle, every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. 2 Men in Hats podcast.